Hey, how is it going again, Guardians? LVnative here with another Destiny video for you. And yesterday, in case you guys didn't hear, Bungie on Twitch did a live reveal stream of the next, live event that's coming to us on the 28th of March. The 28th of this month is going to be the Age of Triumph. Now, we're not going to cover everything that they went over, but we are going to go over some of the big points. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a quick look at
the feature comment of the day.
And today's comment comes to us from Samuel Piper, and he says, "This should be the feature comment because I am addicted to stepping on Legos." You may have some brain damage there. That's one of the worst sins known to man. But more power to you if that's what you're addicted to. And remember, guys, if you want to be the feature comment of the day, all you got to do is like the video, drop a comment in the section below, and I just might pick yours to be the very next feature comment of the day. Alright, now, getting back into this reveal stream, they went over a lot of stuff. I'm not going to cover everything because it was an hour-long stream, and that would take ridiculous, but I'm going to cover all the big points. Number one, if you haven't heard, every single raid in Destiny, Vault of Glass, Crota's End, everything, if it's a raid that's been released in Destiny, it's coming back to current relevant light level gear, where all the gear that's dropped from it, you will be able to get gear infusible up to 400 light. They are not increasing the light level, they're keeping it at 400, but you'll be able to get relevant light gear that can be infused up to 400 off of all of the raids once this update goes live. They're also going to have challenge modes for all the raids, and it's going to rotate each week. And the way it's going to happen, like currently, we have got the Wrath of the Machine raid, and we have two different challenges that we can do, and it rotates each week. The way that this is going to go is each raid will be the challenge raid of the week, and they'll have, if there's more than one challenge to do, all challenges will be available if that is the featured raid of the week. So for example, if this week was the Wrath of the Machine week, for that to be the challenge mode, every single challenge mode that's available for that raid would be available to play that week. King's Fall, another great one. There were 3 different challenge modes that it would rotate through. When it's going to be the week for King's Fall to be the challenge, every single boss, every challenge mode that's available in that raid will be available that week. Boys and girls, we are going to have a lot of stuff to keep us busy for a while to get a hold of all this brand new loot and weapons. We can't confirm at this time if every major weapon, both exotic and legendary, are going to be here from the raids. We know for a fact that the Vex Mythoclast from Vault of Glass from beating Atheon is coming back, and it's going to be infusible up to 400. So people who loved your Vex, you can get that. What I'm more excited about is forget the damn exotics. Don't get me wrong, I like the Vex. The Necrochasm was even kind of cool. But I want to get some of those legendaries back. I want my friggin' Fatebringer, and I've seen a picture of it in their little reveal that it looks like they're going to be bringing the Fatebringer back. I can't confirm that, we don't know for sure, but with all the new raids, I imagine that all the raid weapons are going to be a way to be earned as well, and all those raid weapons should be infusible up to 400. If that is the case, I'm going to be farming a lot, and I do mean a lot of the raids to get back some of those weapons in current light level that I really would like to have in my inventory. Another thing they showed off a little bit is the book. The Age of Triumph book. It's going to be a large book, the largest that we've ever seen. I believe it's 13 pages long, and it has got everything in there. If there is something to do in Destiny, it's probably got one of the rewards in that book for it. You've got stuff for the raids, you've got stuff for doing strikes, I believe there's even a Nightfall type achievement. There's everything, PvP achievements. Achievements for using a Hunter, Warlock, or Titan. Each one of those main classes has its own page with a bunch of rewards. Now, there's going to be a lot of cool stuff given for these. I don't know exactly. I do know that they are going to be giving out a lot of banners, and they're going to have some stuff that only Year 1 people were able to do. So if you did all that, you should be getting a banner that can kind of signify, hey, I've been here since the beginning. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and this is just speculation. I know that we said, that they said, our weapons and armor and gear, and none of that is moving to Destiny 2. It's pretty much going to be a fresh start. But I have a hard time believing that they're not going to let, maybe not all, but at least some of your emblems, go over. Because if we go through all this book and we get something that says, hey, this person's been, grinding out for a long time in Destiny, here's an awesome reward that you're really only going to be using for a couple months before the new before the new game comes out. That just seems like it would be a weird thing to do. I just don't think they're going to. They haven't mentioned it, and this is strictly just speculation, but I'm thinking by the time Destiny 2 gets here, some of our, emblems and banners may get transferred over. That's just my kind of hope, but that's something that I think they might go into. I don't see them putting this much, effort for someone to get like that, one of those banners that suggests that you've been here, since year one and done everything. That should be carried over in year two. You should be able to equip something that says, hey, look at me. I've been here since the beginning. So that's one thing we know that's going to happen. As far as which raid is going to be the first one to be the featured raid of the week, everyone's thinking is Vault of Glass. On the 28th of this month, the raid that is going to go live is going to be Crota's End. So, we're going to start off beating up on Crota. They said they wanted to start with that one because they were very, very proud of the little adjustments that they made. So, there's going to be some surprises. We're not exactly sure what's going to, happen. There are 2 challenge modes for this. It's going to be one at the Death Singer and one at Crota himself. I'm really curious to see what the Death Singer is because, back in the day when everyone was playing that raid all the time, the Death Singer was a fairly hard part to get through. More of the veteran players who did it all the time started to develop really, precise strategies for it that made it a bit easier. But that particular fight, for someone who wasn't quite prepared for it, was already pretty difficult. I'm curious to see what type of change they're going to make that a challenge mode. But the challenge modes, just like they currently are, if you complete them, you get extra rewards. And they did describe the amount of loot drops going to be ridiculous. So I don't know what that means, but it makes sense. If we don't have a super long time, before Destiny 2 comes out, it would take you forever to get all the new stuff from the raids and, that you're wanting if they didn't bump up that drop rate. So that's going to be exciting to see. I want it to just be raining loot on me from the ceilings. I think that's the way that this game should be anyway. I don't care if I have to dismantle 99% of everything I get. I just want to know that I get something for doing something in the game. Completely different subject. We'll save that for, another video. We're talking about this reveal stream and what it's bringing on the 28th. Alright guys, so that's most of the big stuff. They are going to have another reveal stream to focus on more of what we're going to be getting with this Age of Triumph reveal, but it's going to be next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So the exact same time that they did this particular one, they're doing it again next week in the same day, same time. So it's going to be Wednesday at 10 p.m. Pacific on Bungie's official Twitch channel. If you want to see the next reveal, I would love to watch it live. I'm going to have to watch it after work just like I did this one. I wanted to get this video out to you guys yesterday, but again, when that information came out, I was at work and there was nothing I could do. So I'm doing the best with what I got, guys. But this video is starting to ramble on a little bit more than I was wanting to, so we're going to close it out of here, guys. I just want to say thank you again so much, guys. We are very close to 10,000 subs. It was a huge, huge milestone for me, and I cannot wait to get there, and I'm happy to bring you guys along for the journey. But remember, guys, as always, this is LVnative. You guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next one.